Fate/Zero is not simply a prequel. It is a philosophical execution of heroism itself. Beneath its explosive battles and legendary servants lies a story about ideals collapsing under reality. The Fourth Holy Grail War is not a contest to determine the strongest hero. It is a machine designed to expose the flaws in every philosophy brought into it. At the center of that collapse stands Kiritsugu Emiya. Before he was known as the Magus Killer, Kiritsugu was just a boy who wanted to be a hero, raised by a father whose dangerous magical research caused tragedy. Kiritsugu learned early that good intentions can lead to disaster. When he was forced to kill his own father to prevent further catastrophe, something inside him changed. The world revealed its cruelty to him in the most intimate way possible. Later, when conflict and betrayal continued to surround him, he came to believe that heroism could not exist without sacrifice. The idea of saving everyone was impossible, so the only logical solution was to minimize damage. He adopted a brutal creed: sacrifice a few to save the many. Kiritsugu did not abandon his dream of being a hero. He redefined it. To him, being a hero meant dirtying his hands so others would not have to. He became pragmatic, calculating, emotionally distant. Every choice became arithmetic. This ideology directly clashes with his servant, Artoria Pendragon, Saber. She represents a romantic ideal of kingship and chivalry, honor in battle, fairness in combat, dignity in rule. She believes a king inspires through righteousness. Kiritsugu sees such ideals as inefficient in a war governed by deception. What makes their dynamic even more painful is how Kiritsugu treats her. He rarely addresses her directly. He distances himself, communicating through intermediaries, refusing emotional connection. He does not treat her as a king, nor as a partner, nor even as a woman. He treats her as a weapon. In rejecting romantic heroism, he strips it of humanity entirely. Saber, who already erased her own identity to become the perfect king, is further reduced into a tool of strategy. His indifference cuts deeper than insult. To Kiritsugu, ideals are liabilities. The fragility of those ideals is also embodied by Lancer. Lancer is a perfect knight, loyal, honorable, respectful. His duel with Saber feels like a remnant of a noble era. Yet in the Grail War, honor is punished. His loyalty leads to humiliation and forced suicide. His chivalry becomes meaningless in a corrupt system. Through Lancer, Fate/Zero makes it clear: pure heroism cannot survive manipulation. The philosophical dissection of kingship reaches its peak during the Banquet of Kings, where Saber debates rulership with Iskandar and Gilgamesh. Ryder believes a king must live boldly and embody ambition, so grand that others willingly follow. He criticizes Saber for ruling as a martyr, bearing burdens alone rather than sharing the joy and desire of her people. To Ryder, she is not weak, but tragic, a girl who never allowed herself to live. She sacrificed youth, desire, and personal happiness to become a flawless symbol. Archer presents a harsher philosophy. A king does not serve the people. The people belong to the king. Authority is absolute ownership backed by power. Yet Archer openly admires Saber. He finds her nobility beautiful, her stubborn devotion captivating. He recognizes her dignity and even her presence as a woman. But he believes she misunderstood kingship. In suppressing her identity, including her femininity, she denied herself true authority. To Archer, her purity is admirable, but it is also her fatal flaw. Both Ryder and Archer address the role her identity played in her reign, not because being a woman made her incapable, but because she believed she had to erase that identity to rule. In becoming a genderless ideal, she lost connection with herself and, perhaps, her people. Her tragedy is not weakness. It is self-denial. While kings debate ideals, Kiritsugu moves pragmatically toward the Grail. He believes the Holy Grail is a miracle device, an omnipotent wish granter that can create a world without conflict. For the first time since childhood, he allows himself to believe in salvation without sacrifice. But when he finally confronts the Grail, it reveals its truth. The Grail does not grant miracles. It interprets wishes through the heart of the one who desires them. And Kiritsugu's heart knows only one method: sacrifice. In the vision shown to him, he sees himself forced to choose again and again, killing loved ones to save larger groups, narrowing humanity down until only a few remain. The Grail's solution to world peace is genocide by arithmetic. It mirrors his own ideology back at him in its most horrifying extreme. In that moment, Kiritsugu realizes the flaw in his worldview. If peace can only be achieved by endless sacrifice, then it is not peace at all. To end the war, he uses his final command seal, not as a gesture of partnership, but as an order. He commands Saber to destroy the Grail. It is the ultimate act of using her as a weapon. She resists, devastated, because the Grail represents her own wish to undo her past as king. But bound by the command seal, she obeys. Kiritsugu forces her to shatter both their dreams. The Grail is destroyed. Fuyuki burns. Countless lives are lost in the inferno. Kiritsugu survives, not victorious, but broken. The boy who wanted to be a hero finally understands that the world cannot be saved through simple equations. His ideology collapses with the Grail's mud. Meanwhile, Kirai Kodo Mind emerges transformed. Throughout the war, Kirai's search for meaning within himself. In the Grail's corruption and the suffering it caused, he finds clarity. Where Kiritsugu rejects the darkness within his ideals, Kirai embraces it. His rebirth prepares him to challenge the next generation. From the ashes, Kiritsugu rescues a single boy, Shiro Amiya. Shiro inherits the dream of becoming a hero of justice, unaware of the devastating contradictions behind it. This is why Fate/Zero is such a powerful prequel. It reframes everything that follows. We have already seen the cost of heroism. We saw Lancer die for honor. We saw Saber perfection dismantled by Ryder's pity and Archer's admiration. We saw a king who denied her self-identity. We saw Kiritsugu reduce heroism to mathematics, and then watch that equation turn monstrous. We saw a miracle reveal itself as horror. We saw Kirai embrace the darkness that heroism tries to deny. By the end of Fate/Zero, heroism is no longer radiant. It is isolating, contradictory, devastating. Every ideology brought into the Grail War is exposed as incomplete, and from that devastation, Fate/Stay Night begins. Not as a simple battle for a wish, but as a continuation of a tragedy born from impossible ideals.